The only time I think a long engagement is a really good idea is if it's the woman's idea, not dudes like this. In fact, I wish more women would make men wait for them. So just so we're all caught up here, Jon Hamm was engaged to this woman for 18 years. And she is quite a catch. She's a director, a producer, a screenwriter, and an actress. And like I said in my last video, she's done all this, all these awards. They seemed like the exception to the rule for Hollywood. They were the same age. They were both, kind of working equally as hard at their careers. And I don't want to suggest in any way whatsoever that just because she didn't get married to him during those 18 years, that it must be because of him and definitely not because of her. Because as somebody who never had any desire to get married myself, ever, and am married now, I understand the sentiment of women who either just don't think that marriage is a great idea, who are against marriage in general for personal reasons because they never met the right man, because they've seen all their friends get screwed over by marriage, or because they just want to rail against the institution of marriage itself. Like, there's a lot of reasons for women to not want to get married. And I never want to suggest that women do not have agency in their own lives. If not getting married for 18 years was Jennifer's idea, I am fully on board with that. In fact, I encourage that. I wish more women would hold out and men would be the ones waiting, because women are the ones who have everything to lose. The fact that we're the ones who are like pressuring men sometimes, just like have to set ultimatums or, wait and wait and wait and wait. And then we finally get a ring when they realize that they have no better options, and they're gonna lose all that free labor and access to us if they don't give us a ring. Like, that is what has been so normalized. That's where we're at now. And that's why my page is mostly about empowering women to realize that you are the prize, baby. You're the prize. And men have convinced us that they're the prize. So if waiting 18 years to get married was her idea and then just never getting married because she didn't want it, good for her. But that's not usually how it works. Because what we're not accounting for is how much men lie. They lie and lie and lie and manipulate and coerce and exploit, and we fall for it. That's why I mentioned these couples who allegedly didn't get married until gay marriage was legal. All of them end up being toxic or broken up. Lena Dunham, okay? I dare you to Google her. Maybe I will do a whole video on her. She waited for this dude. She was crazy about this dude. She actually made herself look like a fool for a long time waiting for this man. She even, when gay marriage was finally passed, her and Kristen both tweeted at their boyfriends, okay, now we can get married, looking like fools. This dude didn't even respond to her tweet. And guess what? He never married her. If y'all want a video on this, I can do it. But I don't know what he was telling her. But my guess is that, oh, babe, it's not fair. It's not fair, we want to be an ally to the LGBTQ community, right? It's not fair. Let's wait until they can get married too. And then, boom, they can get married. And he leaves her on red on Twitter, humiliating her, and never marries her. And in theory, I loved the idea of people being like, I'm not getting married until it's legal for everybody. And in fact, it's still not legal for everybody. That's another video. But I promise you, if I had to put money on it, not getting married until gay marriage passed was probably his idea. I mean, we know how this turned out. They got divorced shortly after getting married. And then I owe y'all a video on him. I'm sorry. I'll remember one day. His children hate him because of what he did to their mother and them. I don't know if all of them hate him, but Pax? Woo! Okay, I need to do a video on this. This dude, I've done 4 videos on this couple. This is like one of the most toxic couples in Hollywood. And she's like, oh, this is what normal marriage is. It's hard. It's so hard. No, it's not. Marriage is not supposed to be this hard. Go back on my playlist and watch the videos I did about this couple. You will never convince me this is a healthy couple. And she also made herself look like a fool as soon as gay marriage passed. She was like, hey, it's time, right? So then he's probably like, crap. Okay, I guess I'll marry this princess who's way out of my league and gorgeous and everyone loves. Okay, I get to do a stupid armchair podcast and insult Jonathan Van Ness on it. Anyway, I'll never forgive him for that either. Even though I'm married, I am still very much against marriage in general. Because for most women, unless that man is invested in deconstructing all this stuff that has trained him to exploit women and is also healing any kind of trauma of his own from his past that we know men are so reluctant to look at because they'd rather just climb Everest or drink all day or play video games or, run a marathon or anything that will they can just run, literally run from their problems and their past and that pain. It takes a lot of courage to look at. We know that so many men are not willing to do that. So they bring that into their next relationship, torture every woman they date because they keep reenacting their childhood again and again and again and again. And they, like Jon Hamm, like Matthew Perry, like Robert Downey Jr., like John Stamos, like the list is infinite. They will drink and drink and drink and drink, and they will have somebody dealing with the consequences of all that addiction. And that someone is usually their partner. And like I said in that video before, men do not respect you when you sacrifice for them. They lose respect for you every time you martyr yourself for them. I am not saying that marriage isn't about helping each other out, but one-sided help never ends well for women. That literally will unalive you through your nervous system, through lack of sleep, through your own addictions, because it's really hard living with a man like that, through all kinds of things. But it will never benefit you to stick around for a man just because he's having a hard time. Because from what I understand, Jon Hamm was struggling with alcoholism and all kinds of other problems for a really long time. And guess who supported him into finally getting into rehab, finally dealing with his crap. And then right after, this happens. They just magically break up once he gets sober. So this is from a source. I don't know who the source is. But even if this is not true, this is anyone who has dated an addict, knows or has been kind of lived with an addict, but especially dated or been married to an addict, knows this, especially if it's a man and especially if you are a woman. So sources say that by the end, Jennifer was basically functioning as his mother instead of his partner. That, even if that is not true, even if the source really didn't say that, that is what happens when you are married to an alcoholic or an addict who is out of control. The women have to clean up the mess. My husband actually uses a great metaphor, curling. You know how in curling, it's like this is how women are functioning in this patriarchal, white supremacist, capitalist society right now. This is how women are, and not just women who date men, the sisters, mothers, girlfriends, even these men's female friends end up being the people who just, sweep. They just clear the path or, whatever, sweep up after them so that men can just slide through life and fail forward. But these men are not going to share that medal with you. They are going to take all the praise. Look what I did. I got an Emmy. Meanwhile, the woman who is next to him supporting him and his career and all that emotional labor and all that stuff it takes to deal with men. 18 years. As soon as he gets sober, boop, bye. I didn't want to get married. That's all he said. I don't believe in marriage. And then he meets this other woman who's way younger than him. And all of a sudden he's like, I love marriage. I can't believe, marriage makes sense. These guys changed their tune. Now, I believe as a woman who was not interested in getting married, I honestly didn't believe marriage would benefit my life because I honestly didn't think there was any men that were good enough for me. Once you do enough healing, you realize that men who don't make your life better do not deserve you. And I still have a lot more healing to do, but I did get to that level in my dating life. And I am so proud of myself for finally, after almost dying at the hands of men, of getting to that place. But when I met my now husband, I was like, oh my God, what is this? I thrive with this man. He makes my life easier. I grow. I'm becoming a better person. I thrive. And I look better now than I ever have. Better than when I was in my 20s. That is the only reason why women should be getting married. But like it says right here, once he got sober and he didn't need mommy to lean on and take care of him so much, Bye. When you become a man's mother, whether it's because he has an addiction or he's just manning, you're gonna get screwed. He's gonna cheat on you, he's gonna unalive you through your nervous system, he's gonna ruin your career, he may even take your life. Women should be the one making men wait to marry.